We're alive.
We made it, Commander. We made it.
By Grub Thar's hammer we live to tell the tale.
Well, that's pretty much the way a lot of people feel about this latest season of Strange New Worlds. We lived to tell the tale. We survived this draining season. It was, I would estimate, out of 10 episodes, 8 of them were really weak to this latest one, which was really bad. But what are people saying about this latest episode? Well, let's start off with IGN, Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 Final Review. Who mourns for Captain Pike? An uneven season comes to an uneven, if emotional, conclusion. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 ends an uneven season with an uneven finale. AV Club. Now this one happens to be my favorite. It's from Giant Freaking Robot. Strange New Worlds turns Star Trek into Doctor Who, destroys entire franchise for its Season 3 finale. So basically, what can we say from all this about Strange New Worlds Season 3 and the final episode from this season?
It stinks.
The final episode for Season 3, titled New Lives and New Civilizations, and the first stop on this, I don't know what the hell I just watched episode, is my favorite character, Pelia. And when I mean favorite, you know by now, if you've watched my channel, I can't stand her.
I'm traveling doctor.
You caught that where she says, oh, the time traveling, oh, wait, the doctor, a charming doctor. And in the fact that 2 episodes prior, there was a reference to the doctor and the TARDIS being trapped inside an alien ship that Farragut had to destroy. You don't think by any chance that they're planning some kind of Star Trek Doctor Who crossover, because in all seriousness, Star Trek is hanging on by a thread, and Doctor Who, well, Russell T Davies did a fantastic job murdering that franchise. So in the previous episode, the crew was exploring an archaeological dig on some alien planet when they uncovered a whole mess of orbs and accidentally released one of the creatures that was inside the orb, a demonic spirit of sorts, and it possessed one of Dr. M'Benga's assistants, and they had to kill the assistant in the end, and they caught the alien back in the orb that it was originally found in, and they put it in the transporter buffer, right? You got that so far, right? Now here comes the stupid part. Okay, so get this now. While in the transporter buffer, disassembled, mind you, this creature trapped in an orb that is supposed to contain it somehow is freed inside the pattern buffer again and is able to recreate the very same body, this very same humanoid host that was killed in the previous episode, and has miraculously transported itself off the ship to another planet. And what makes it even more interesting is, see, once again, they're doing this fantastic bit where something happens off screen to help move a plot along. Now, this particular off-screen event took place 5 days ago. All right, the Enterprise happened to be approaching what they call ley lines, a dimensional part of space, and if you line the ship up in the exact same place, this creature was able to teleport itself over across this ley line to the world that Roger Corby is currently exploring. The coincidences and the off-screen events that take place just really annoy the hell out of me. This show really has a problem with telling things on screen and explaining it to a way that makes sense. This is some made-up BS that just doesn't fly. And now this alien has become the high priest on the very same planet that Corby is exploring. This is just so ridiculous. The coincidences that happen in this episode, it is just so bad. And once again, James T. Kirk is on another episode, and the USS Farragut happens to be in the exact same area that the Enterprise is in. It is just so convenient. Either that or space in this universe of Star Trek is really small. So Dr. M'Benga apparently is needed to get this door open. The alien needs him to open this door. Some kind of historical prophecy was written on the door, and the doctor touches it. The door opens. The alien suddenly jumps out, pushes M'Benga through, and they're backing on that other planet, the alien prison, where all this began. But wait a minute, what about our dear Captain Patel? How does she fit into all this? Well, you're gonna love this. Remember, she was impregnated by the Gorn. Dr. M'Benga found a cure through manipulating DNA, fusing her with a flower and Gorn DNA. She became some kind of a mutant hybrid. But wait, there's more to this.
Well, you're saying Maria is somehow connected to the Beholder statue on Body 9? She is the statue.
So Captain Patel has become a statue, the Beholder, which basically means that she is the one guarding all those evil things in the well, preventing them from getting out. And this is our story, my friends. All this is building up to an epic fight between these two titans of evil and good. This is what this story's been building up to. But before the fight can really get going, we spend the next 10 minutes of this dragged out episode watching a fantasy of Captain Pike and Captain Patel, what their life would be after this event, all the way up to their death, their struggles, their happiness. They have a family, they have a daughter, their daughter's getting married, and then eventually Patel is lying in bed dying, and Pike goes to open a door to see who's knocking, and we're back in the prison again. So now we're back in the prison in one of the most underwhelming endings that I have ever seen. I mean, seriously, we start off with the two aliens, Patel and this creature, battling back and forth. There's maybe about not even a minute, I would say, of them going back and forth. And finally, Patel waves her hands and says, "You're going to stay." And then all the aliens that were set free get sucked back into the hole. And then she transforms into the statue guarding the aliens. And that's really the episode. Oh yeah, I've left out some things, but at the same time, this is just such a terrible ending. If this is the best that they could come up with this train wreck of a season, then wow, season 4 has got to be some fantastic piece, I got to tell you. But remember what we got to look forward to: puppets. As I said at the end of 4.5 Vulcans in my previous video, I'm done defending this stuff. What they're doing here is terrible, and it is a royal insult to Star Trek, not to mention the fact they're trying to blend franchises together, and one of the worst ones, Doctor Who, which for 60 years was an amazing series. Unfortunately, political correctness got a hold of that thing, and it is dead. Russell T Davies destroyed that. Alec Kurtzman is doing a fantastic job at murdering this. Have you seen the final episode for this season from Strange New Worlds? If you haven't, well, you may be wasting your time with that one. But if you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. So please drop them below and let me know. Until the next time, my friends, God bless.